Court does call the case. People of the state of Michigan versus Paul McGuffin.
Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Morgan Barroso on behalf of the people.
Yes, here we are again in the courtroom of the Honorable J. Cedric Simpson. The J is for justice, in case you were wondering. Today we have a full plate of incredible cases, but the most incredible thing will be Heather. Keep an eye on her throughout these proceedings because she's just a little bit on the tired side. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let's get on with the show.
This is an arraignment retrial.
Oh, who's okay? Mr. McGuffin, can you state your name, please?
Paul McGuffin.
All right. Sir, you are before the court on a misdemeanor complaint that alleges that on or about July 22nd, 2023, at the location of 7000 East Michigan Avenue in Pittsfield Township, that being the Walmart, that you did commit the offense of retail fraud in the second degree. Do you understand the nature of that charge, sir?
Yes.
I'm sorry, you'll need to repeat that. You broke up.
Yes, I understand.
All right. That is a misdemeanor, as indicated, punishable by up to 1 year incarceration, a $2,000 fine plus court costs. The fine could be increased to 3 times the value of the property taken. If that's greater than $2,000, that would become the maximum fine. You understand you understand that, sir?
Yes.
All right. First question I have for you, sir, is do you wish to be represented by an attorney?
Yes.
All right. This is a public defender case.
Good morning, this is the public defender Lauren Kearney on behalf of Mr. McGuffin. We will waive formal reading and stand the charges and request another pretrial date. Your Honor, I did just pull up Wayne County. It seems like he may be in Wayne County for some time. So I expect him to still be there. But
Mr. McGuffin, do you have an out date?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
I'll set his bond so that he gets credited at $5,000. Well, I'll set it at a $1,000 person or 10% bond. So I'm basically setting it at $100. All other standard conditions, including no assault behavior or possession of weapons, no alcohol, recreational marijuana, or illegal drug use. You are also not to go to any Walmart in the state of Michigan. I'll adjourn the pretrial in this matter to,
or April 3rd.
why don't we do April 3rd? So we make sure everything gets in. I'll adjourn this to April 3rd, 2024, 9 a.m. All right, sir?
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Court does call the case of the people versus Gerardo Ortiz.
Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Morgan Barroso on behalf of the people.
Good morning, this is the public defender Lauren Kearney on behalf of Mr. Ortiz. Mr. Ortiz, can you state your name for the record, please?
Gerardo Contreras Ortiz.
All right, I have a substitution of attorney. I got it. Thank you, Ann. All right, what do we wish to do?
Your Honor, as for pretrial, my client has executed an advice of rights. He's going to be pleading as charged with the prosecutor's deferred. Understanding Your Honor will not make that promise.
Correct. Prosecutor's deferred judgment offer.
All right. May I have him sworn?
You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
State your name.
My name is Aaron, last name Hutch Peters. All right. Oh, there it is. Got it. All right. Sir, it is this court's understanding that you are going to be pleading guilty to the charge of retail fraud in the second degree. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year incarceration, a $2,000 fine plus court costs. Fine could be increased to 3 times the value of the property taken. If that's greater than $2,000, that would become the maximum fine. You understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And understanding all of that, you still wish to plead guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
And to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty. Guilty.
You understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You signed an advice of rights form today. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any question regarding any of those rights?
No, Your Honor.
You see a copy on the podium. Please look at paragraph 5. Those are your rights which are part of a trial. You understand that by pleading guilty, you'll be waiving those rights as well as all the rights contained on that form.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you on probation or parole?
No,
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead?
no, Your Honor.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No, Your Honor.
You're doing this voluntarily
Yes, Your Honor.
of your own free will
Yes,
and because you believe that you are indeed guilty of this offense?
yes, Your Honor.
November 27, 2023, at the location of 2000 Waters Road, Pittsfield Township, Washtenaw County, State of Michigan. What'd you do at the Target store that makes you think that you're guilty?
Oh, Judge, what you did.
Yeah, I switched the tags on 2 items. There was a
Okay, so you switched the tags and,
I attempted to walk out of the store.
okay, and you attempted to try to pay the lower price.
Right.
Was the difference in the price switching greater than $200?
Yes, Your Honor.
You didn't have anybody's permission to do that, did you?
No, I did not.
Store was open to the public at the time?
Yes, Your Honor.
And these items that you switched the tags on, these were items that were offered for sale by Target?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have I complied with the court rule? Would it be proper to accept this defendant's plea?
The people are satisfied, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will accept the defendant's plea of guilty to this charge. Defendant is referred to probation for a pre-sentence investigation and report. Sentencing in this matter will be
April 10th at 9 a.m.
April 10th, 2024, 9 a.m. Mr. Bond, in this case, I'll set the defendant's bond at a $5,000 personal recognizance bond. Standard conditions, including no assaultive behavior or use of any weapon, use or possession of any weapons, no alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal drugs, and you're not to go to any Target store in the state of Michigan. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Anything further, Mr. King?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
There is no restitution.
There's no, okay. I'll go with that.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Court does call the case of the people versus Thad Stalac.
And again, Your Honor, Dan Guerin on behalf of Mr. Stallmeck, he's stepping forward for pretrial. State your name, Thad.
Thomas Stallman.
Thank you.
Your Honor, for pretrial, I'm asking for an adjournment. Ms. Barroso and I did talk briefly. I think both sides would like a little bit more time for a negotiation. May I address travel before I ask for a pretrial date?
Fair.
Your Honor, my client is on a tether. I'm not asking for that to come off. He does have a job in Boulder, Colorado. He also has a condominium there where he'd been working and living. He's asking permission to go next week, if I've got this right, that from the 12th, coming back on April 2nd to work. And if Your Honor would grant that, I would ask for the 3rd for pretrial.
March 12th through
April 2nd, please.
any objection from the people?
No, Your Honor.
And that's to Colorado.
To Colorado, please.
I'll indicate the defendant may travel to Colorado March 2nd through March 12th, through April 2nd, 2024 inclusive. I will adjourn the matter to April 3rd, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond will continue.
Does he need to do anything with community corrections on the tether to let them know that? Or is that
He's on a
he's on GPS?
GPS tether?
Yes.
Yes. It might be best, since we have a little bit of time, Mr. Guerin, that you prepare an order for my signature.
Certainly.
We'll send it over.
Sounds good. We'll get
All
that
right.
over to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Court calls the case of People versus Denisha Canada.
Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Martin Rose on behalf of people.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Rohit Badri, and I'm here with my co-counsel, Janice Witherspoon, representing Ms. Canada. I'm requesting to practice under Michigan Court Rule 8.120, my supervising attorney, Sarah Sallin, bar number P77882, is present with us today as well.
All right. Permission to practice is granted. Good morning, Ms. Sullen.
Good morning, Judge.
All right. What are we doing on this case?
Your Honor, we
You
understand that
guys are going to have a conversation. A meeting.
I believe so, Your Honor. We understand that our client's interested, but we need to clarify the sentence. We're hoping that because it's a 12-year matter without a victim and restitution, that the case would be closed.
Excuse me?
So our client's interested in the plea offer that's been made. We just need to clarify the sentence. We're just hoping that because it's a 12-year matter without a victim or restitution, that the case could be closed.
To be clear, there is a victim in this case, and that would be the store that she stole from.
What do you mean you want to clarify the sentence? I don't understand.
So we understand first off that everything was returned to the stores, so the store was not actually harmed. But we are just, I guess, asking whether we're asking, I guess, the full terms of the sentence of the plea deal that the prosecution's put forward. Specifically, we'd like to know whether the prosecution would be willing to have the case closed with no future chance of probation or anything like that.
Well,
No, that is something that is decided by probation. As I discussed with you in our meeting, she would need to undergo a pre-sentence investigation and report. It is very uncommon for individuals to do any jail time associated with a retail fraud. However, the offer that has been extended is for a 93-day misdemeanor, which we are prepared to move forward on. But this is a victim's rights case. And because of that, you cannot do immediate sentencing, and there needs to be a pre-sentence investigation.
Okay, and I appreciate that. I don't actually being discussed during our meeting, but we will discuss with our client.
Well, it doesn't matter whether it was discussed at the meeting. There was an offer that was made, and the offer that was made, you can choose to accept it or not, and we can then move forward with the case. If you're asking for the court to agree to any type of sentencing, I do not COBS or I don't COBS sentences. So,
okay. If you'd be so kind to let us pass the case so we can discuss with our clients for.
You want it passed, so you're going to call it up today?
Yeah.
Or an adjournment. Okay, I'll pass it. Thank you. Court calls the case. People versus Alex. Is it Eber? No, that is Eber.
Eber, Your Honor. Good. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Yes.
Eber.
Alex
All
Eber.
right. What are we doing?
Deborah
Assistant
Schlossbaum.
Prosecuting Attorney Morgan Barroso on behalf of the people.
Sorry, Ms. Barroso. Good morning, Your Honor. Deborah Schlossel, P56420. On behalf of the defendant, Mr. Alex Eber. Mr. Eber, state your name, please.
Alex Eber, for the record.
Your Honor,
Thank you.
at this time, we have reached a plea agreement with the prosecution. We have submitted this morning a signed advice of rights, and I will let Ms. Barroso elaborate on the plea agreement if it pleases the court.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. The offer has been for the defendant to plead to an added count 2 of operating while intoxicated. In exchange, count 1 would be dismissed.
That is our understanding.
Sir, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Again, state your name for the record, please.
Alex Eber.
All right. Sir, it is this court's understanding that you're going to plead guilty to the charge of operating while intoxicated. That is a misdemeanor. It is punishable by up to 93 days in jail, up to a $500 fine plus court costs. The court could order community service and any rehabilitative programs the court deems necessary. Court could also order your vehicle immobilized. Court order you to pay the cost of the prosecution as well as the cost of any emergency governmental services. You understand that, sir?
Yes, I do.
And understanding that, do you still wish to plead guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
And to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Now, you understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
You had signed an advice of rights form, is that correct?
Yes, I did.
Any questions regarding any of those rights?
No, Your Honor.
Looking at paragraph 5, those are your rights which are part of a trial. You understand that by pleading guilty, you'll be giving up those rights as well as all the rights on that form.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you on probation or parole?
No, Your Honor.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Has anybody threatened you or coerced you?
No.
You're doing this voluntarily
Yes, Your Honor.
of your own free will
Yes.
and because you believe that you're guilty of this offense?
Yes.
September 18, 2021, at the location of 3860, South State Street, Pittsfield Township, Washtenaw County, State of Michigan. Were you operating a motor vehicle?
Yes, Your Honor.
Prior to operating that motor vehicle, did you consume intoxicating liquor?
Yes.
What did you have and how much?
Your Honor, I remember starting with the Bloody Mary and switching to beer. I do not remember much due to the length of time that has passed, but it was Bloody Mary. Then I switched to beer.
All right. Were you stopped by the police or was there an accident?
There was no accident. I had fallen asleep in my car in a drive-through. The police were called. There was no accident. But I mean, that
so
was
you fell asleep. You fell asleep at the drive-through.
Yes, and the police arrived. Yes, so they didn't pull me or anything.
Were you ultimately?
Yeah.
Were you ultimately arrested?
Yes, I was.
All right. Were you taken to the police station or the hospital?
Police station.
Was there a data master or breathalyzer test given?
Is
There
data
was a blood draw.
blood draw?
Blood draw.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Was that at the station?
A ambulance came out.
Okay. What were the results of that blood draw?
0.216, I believe. Is that correct?
Your Honor, we will stipulate to the 0.216.
All right. And sir, you have no reason to dispute those blood test results, do you?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Counsel, have I complied with the court rule? Would it be proper to accept this defendant's plea?
The people are satisfied.
Satisfied, Your Honor.
All right. Court will accept the defendant's plea to count 2. Count 1 is dismissed. Defendant is referred to Von Schwartz for an alcohol screening and assessment and the victim's impact panel. Sentencing in this matter will be April 10th, 2024, 9 a.m.
Your Honor, my client did do an assessment with Dawn Farm. If we submit that to your probation department and it's sufficient, would that be okay?
How long ago did he do the assessment?
Mr. Eber?
It was mid-January.
If you submit that to probation, if that's acceptable to probation, I'm not going to have a problem, but I'm referring him to Von Schwartz.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you. Defendant having waived formal reading, standing mute, court will enter a not guilty plea. All right, what are we doing?
And I did have a chance to speak with Ms. Barroso yesterday, Your Honor. You are correct. It's always available by phone, so thank you for pointing that out. And so we did speak yesterday, Your Honor, and I believe at this point we're just looking for a next pre-trial date so that we can have further discussions and then either come to a resolution or set this matter for trial.
All right. I will adjourn the matter then to April 3rd, 2024, 9 a.m. What I will do, is there anything you want to say regarding that?
Yes, Your Honor. If I may just briefly, Mr. Sherry has no prior record at all. He runs his own business, which is based out of Grand Rapids, but he does have offices here in Washtenaw County as well. And I will say that the instant facts that bring rise to this case, I should say, deal with a former disgruntled employee who he's had no contact with since the incident, doesn't have the plan to have any contact with in the future. And so I think based on all of that, he's a good candidate for a PR bond, Your Honor.
Millbrook Trail, is that your client's residence? What is that?
So that's a office space we have in Ann Arbor. So that's
your office. That's your office space.
Yes, sir. Yes. So I live in
All
Grand
right,
Rapids.
that's fine. That's fine. I'll set the defendant's bond at $5,000 personal recognizance bond. I'll order standard conditions, including no assault or behavior or use of any weapons. There should be no possession of any alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal drugs. I will also order no contact with Christopher Bullitt. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor. If I may, real quick, I just checked I have a jury trial in front of Judge Freshour on the 3rd.
You have a jury trial
Yes.
with Judge Freshour?
Yes, Your Honor.
Doing that trial, so you'll.
Pardon?
I'm also doing that trial, so you will.
So neither one of you will be here?
That's correct.
Then that's great. This
prefer-
case will go along swimmingly.
I can be there.
All right. What's the next date after that?
April 17th at 9 a.m.
April 17th, 2024, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You do the same, Mr. Elman. So if you're not going to be here, who are they sending?
I have no idea. We don't work that far ahead.
Okay. I want a choice.
You want the choice?
I want a vote. Wow. All right. Court calls the case. People versus Tammy Neer.
Your Honor, David Udoy on behalf of Tammy Neer, and I'm requesting to waive her presence. Your Honor, I was unaware of your court's policy that I must contact the prosecutor prior to the hearing and would not be able to speak with her on the day of. I guess I would ask.
Is that a policy? I thought that's how you practice law. But anyway, never mind. My bad. All right.
And
So
Your Honor, I would
are you
just
looking
state
for-
in many other courts, in the Zoom, the judges allow breakout rooms with the prosecutor the day of court. So I was a little confused, and that is
that's not happening. All right. So you need an adjournment?
I would just ask if there is any offer from the people.
Well, so we'll just do it on the record.
How about we get an adjourned date?
You want an adjourned date? All right. The people want an adjourned date. I'll adjourn this matter March 20th, 2024, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor, and I apologize.
you.
I will remember.
No, not a problem. I didn't realize other judges did that. It's not happening here. All right, thank you. That's why they make phones. Court calls the case of the people versus, is it Pranali? Is it Kale? I hear nothing, so maybe not.
One and two, I don't know.
He left. Who was it?
He was in and out a couple of times. I don't know.
You want me to, I'll pass this matter briefly. Is the officer here or? Okay, I'll pass it until they come back. Court calls case people versus Sena. Is it Aji Agbi?
Adjourned by Your Honor.
Good morning. It's Rachel McGuffin for the people.
Good morning, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perry on behalf of Mr. Ajay Agbai.
Sir, can you please turn on your camera? Oh,
Of course, Your
there you are. All right, thank you. Ms. McDuffie, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Always a pleasure.
I'd like to disqualify myself for filling in for Ms. Barroso on whatever that date was.
Wow.
Not that I don't want to, come visit.
You don't want to see us.
No, I do. I just don't want to have to work.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Well,
it's my day off.
You're blunt about that. All right. Straightforward. Okay. All right. What are we doing on this? So, not to cause too much stress on Ms. McDuffie.
Your Honor, I believe this is going to be a dismissal. So.
It's really? Oh, wow. Ms.
McDuffie can come back all she wants.
All right. Is that a correct statement, Ms. McDuffie?
Well, I'll put a few more words on the record about that. Yes. See, they're trying to help me out too. Wednesdays are my day off. It's a group effort. So
yeah, I know. This is all about you. Is this case being dismissed?
It is, Your Honor. So I did receive sufficient documentation to show that Mr. I'm not going to mess his name up, so I'm going to say that counsel's client has resolved the issue with the SoberLink device. It appears that it is currently in service. He's in good standing, at least as to the possession of it. I won't speak to the actual results coming out of it, but there does not appear to be an issue with an intentional deprivation of Judicial Services Group's property in this case. And so I will leave that to his probation in the 15th District Court to address any further issues if there are any. But I'm happy to dismiss this matter because the possession dispute has been resolved.
Without objection, this case is dismissed. That's without prejudice. All right. Thank you. And thank you for coming in on your day off, Ms. McDuffie. All right. Take care,
everybody.
Can you unmute and state your name for the record, please?
Yes. Good morning. My name is Rachel Marie Damron Hissong.
What are we doing?
Your Honor, we're asking that this for final settlement.
Jury final settlement conference will be set for April 5th. Is that right? Yes, April 5th, 2024 at 9 a.m. Jury selection, if necessary, will be April 8th, 2024 at 8:30. Both of those proceedings are in person. Bond continued. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls the case, People versus Heather Atkins.
Prosecuting Attorney Morgan Barroso on behalf of the people.
No.
Is this an arraignment? Was here?
Yeah.
In Zoom? Or how long ago?
She was in here pretty much all morning. I know she had logged in and out a couple of times, so.
Heather Atkins? Tell you what, I won't issue a bench warrant if she was here. Don't know where she went. I'll adjourn the matter out to March 20th, 2024, 9 a.m. I never want to be so nice, but why not? We got recalls. Court